Oh, shit. Shoot.
Your microphone. Maybe they didn't hear that.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I totally forgot I needed sound.
That's why we went on early. Can I hear you now?
Hopefully you guys could hear me now. I totally forgot to plug the sound in. Because, you know, I'm just ding. Okay. Anyway, hi guys. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. It's Sunday, and well, today's so Sunday, but I'm going to sew some UFO stuff because I have all these projects I start, and then I lose interest, and then I start some, and then I'll lose interest. And you guys have been watching me make some of these things forever and a day, and I should just like finish them, right? You'd think, but you guys are the same as me. We don't finish half of the things we start. That just sits in a box on a shelf, and we need to like either finish them or do something with them. But I'm in the mood to finish things. So, plus, this past week, I have been sick, very sick, as in I haven't left my bed sick. Well, between the bed and the bathroom, but you don't want to go there. I think I have the flu, like stomach flu, but like a really bad case of it. So I'm on pill strike, even, as in I'm not taking any medications because I'm trying to reset my body because my gut is absolutely torn up and it's driving me nuts. And so since I'm not feeling well, I might as well do UFOs where I don't have to get up and move around a lot because I don't want to go to the bathroom. I'm tired of it. Anyways, I know TMI, right? Anyways, we got Marlene, Tracy, Cynthia, Judy, Kay, Jean, Pat, Sunny, Luda, Marnie, Kim, Tracy, Marlene, June, Sharon, Cheryl, Donna, Glenda, Judy, Diane, Betty, and so many more. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So, first things first, I got mail and I don't want to just do a little tiny mail opening. So we're going to do it right here, right now. I got a card from Hawaii. It's a turtle that says his name is Deja Vu. He's saying hi, Thumper. That's funny. And hi, Scotty. It's a turtle. It's the Tiffany's Quilting Life watch turtle.
Very, very cute.
Sorry, holding the camera. I mean, holding this up to the camera. I'm kind of shaky, so I cannot control it because I'm sick. And then I got something from Oregon. There's a note. There's a note. Hopes of doing good. They're doing well. Going camping for a week. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Better than being at home stuck in bed, I guess. For the holiday and the family get together. Look at that. Oh, wow, this is a really cool 3D card from Newport, Oregon. It's a 3D card. So it's 3D of a crab. He's a crab. Look at that. So you guys know who you are. Thank you. The turtle is absolutely adorable. One of my roommates a long time ago had a turtle, and he used to dig under the back patio, and he'd stay there most of the time. He'd come out every now and then to get fed. All right, so if you guys remember, I've been sewing on these for a really long time. I'll just hold one up. It's a pinwheel. They're very easy to make. I have like 5 left to make, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to make. Okay, I lied. I have 7 left to make. And it was from 5-inch squares, cut on the diagonal one time. That's where this part comes from, right here. These are from 5-inch squares, and then this was a 5-inch square cut on the diagonal one time. And these are 2.5 by 7.5 or 7-inch strips, something like that. Let's see right now. By 7-inch, so 2.5 by 7-inch strip. And I just lay them out a certain way and it becomes a pinwheel. And I am laying mine out. Every single one is the next color down so that the whole entire thing rotates. So I'm going to go ahead now and lay this out. Then it would be pink. And then we'll start sewing. And green. After green is yellow. After yellow is purple. After purple is pink. After pink is brown. After brown is orange. Like that. And then I insert these guys somehow, some way to create half of a triangle. Oops, that would be that away. And one more. You know, my brain isn't all there. Like I said, I'm not feeling too good. So I have like, what is the word for it? I don't know. There's no word. I'm just whatever. All right, I have been sewing other stuff in here, so I need a seam guide so that I can continue having a 1/4-inch seam like a smart person should when you're making quilt blocks. I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody good? That's good. I'm glad to hear. Just, oh yeah, we went ahead and got all of the rest of the quilt, well, most of the quilts put on Etsy. Most of them, not all of them, but most of the quilts are listed on Etsy now. So if you guys want to go take a look at some of my finished quilts, they're on Etsy. Oh, good. I have 2 whatever color threads in here. I might need to change this needle. It's kind of sounding pokey. I've been sewing through lots of layered stuff, lots of layers. Might need to put a, it sounds like it's over poking. Do you guys know that sound? There is an actual sound you can hear of over poking. I gotta see which way I'm pressing all this towards the dark. If it sounds like it's piercing through the fabric loudly, then you know it's time to change your needle. And that is what my machine is doing right now. Just finger pressing. No need to turn on a super hot iron.
Yeah, it's already hot enough in there.
Yeah, it's been hot lately, which is not helping my problem. Although all morning today, I was actually cold. So I put on pants and I was under the covers. Like, very weird. I'm gonna change my needle real quick because it's making a lot of funky noise.
You use a 1/4-inch foot?
Yeah, the foot is a scant 1/4-inch, but I use a 1/4-inch. I use a seam guide, a magnetic seam guide, to put it at exactly a 1/4-inch. That way, I'm guaranteed to have a 1/4-inch always because I cannot sew straight. Sorry, this just takes a second to change a needle. It's just a pinwheel pattern from Missouri Star a long time ago. I started it. I made another quilt. I already sold that quilt years ago, but it's a Missouri Star pattern. Something pinwheels. Kindred Pinwheels is what it's called. Missouri Star video. If you want to go look up the actual tutorial on it. A scant 1/4-inch is like 1 to 2 threads less than a 1/4-inch. So instead of it being exactly a 1/4 inch, it's like right before it. So if you took a ruler and laid it on your 1/4 inch seam, a scant 1/4 inch is right, literally a thread or two before the 1/4 inch mark. All right, get rid of old needle. And yes, I just drop it in the trash. As long as there's no hole in the trash bag, it should be fine. I do have a sharps container from when I was using my medication, my MS meds, because I did do subcutaneous injections, but I haven't walked a needle over to that in a long time. All right, where was I? Fresh needle that is threaded. Now I'm going to sew these on. I think I have to trim first or something. I don't remember what I was doing. That sounds so much better. See what a needle change can do? Just fixes the problem. If there is a problem. All right. Just finger pressing towards the dark. This one came from right there. One came from there. So what's everybody's plans for the week? I can kind of see the chat. I have it next to me. So if you guys want to put what you're doing this week for the 4th of July, anybody plan on shooting off a ton of fireworks? I always love watching the fireworks, which you guys can tell on my channel because I do have videos of fireworks. Something about going on the roof. I'm not doing that this week though because it's too hot, but something about going on the roof and watching the fireworks has always been exciting to me.
You pick a pattern and then material, or get material and pick a pattern.
Do I get the fabric and then pick a pattern, or do I pick a pattern and then get the fabric? I just get the fabric and have fun with it and chop it up and make something.
First.
I do the fabric first, unless it's for somebody specific and I know what I'm making them, you know. But even then, usually I have the fabric chose first. Right now I'm just trimming off the excess of the corners of these, so it kind of sticks out a little like this, and I need to make it one straight line. Even though I only finger pressed, I'm just gonna go from just having finger pressed only and make it work. Now I need to sew these together. Let's move that to the side. How do I get on the roof? Well, that's easy. I go on a ladder. Oh, you know, out here where I live, there's a lot of houses that have, what are those called anyway? Like a roof patio, like a outlook, the overlook.
It's only a flat roof house.
Yeah, anybody that has a flat roof house out here has an overlooker out off.
It's just a flat roof. You go up on the roof and you stand on it.
No. The ones that actually have the patio, like that guy with the fencing and everything on the patio. There's a ton of them with the spiral stairwell.
Ours didn't have the spiral, just had regular stairs.
Yeah.
If you have a flat roof, you don't really have stairs that go up to it.
Yeah.
Not many houses have the flat roof anymore because they leak like crazy.
Yeah. All right, which way did I press the big ones? Towards the added piece. Okay, there.
Oh, a rooftop terrace. There you
Yeah,
go.
rooftop terrace. That's pretty much what people have around here. They have a spiral staircase and a little fenced off area up. Or one of our neighbors has it. And yeah, we have one flat spot and it's over the patio, but I don't stand on that part. I like the view from the pitch of the roof.
You shouldn't say it's not very sturdy. Normally things are at the sides.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
Behind you, there is a Quilter Select ruler next to the green hanging thing. I would like the 6.5-inch one. Behind you, there's a ruler. It's 6.5 inches. It says QS on it with a half of a circle.
There's a zillion rolls. You want the square one?
Yep, that first one is 6.5 inches.
You have a lot. A lot of rulers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So without even properly pressing with an iron, because again, it's hot, I'm just going to use my fingers to make sure everything is as flat as possible. And I'm going to trim these to 6.5 inches. I'm just going to line up my 45 on here. They're close to 6.5, but just going to line it up and trim it down using the 45 line. It's literally barely anything that I'm trimming off of these darn things. One. I don't want to get them out of order. There, right there. Yeah, see, this one isn't even 6.5. I bet if I ironed it, it would be. And I should probably put a fresh blade in my rotary cutter and all sorts of things that I have not been doing properly.
How do you put the blade in? You talked about it a couple.
No, I haven't done it.
And I thought the last video you talked about it, we finally changed it.
No. I have been really lazy about changing my blade.
Everybody will be doing breakfast at Tiffany's on the point.
Yep, breakfast at Tiffany's this Thursday is the 4th, so expect a 4th of July themed project, which I should probably write up, but I haven't because I just came up with it today.
When you write anything up, then watch the video and see.
Well, I have to put some kind of something in the description box. All right, that goes like that. Okay. You know, I could bring my little iron over here. It wouldn't get as hot if it wouldn't get that hot if I used my little iron. At least these would be flatter. Okay.
Do you want the little iron? Should I get it?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, I'm going to use the little iron.
Well, I can use the big iron over here.
No, I don't want the room to get hot, and it's not as hot with the little guy.
This little thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
just plug it in right there.
Well, hold on. I have to undo the cord. Hold on there.
Yeah, I wrapped it up because it was in my way the other day.
This thing have water in it?
No, I don't put water in that one.
Oh, I was going to say, I can't see. Oh, it goes in the handle.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't see. I was looking at the wrong spot.
not sure if it leaks or not. All right. Sets of 2 together.
You have a tutorial on the flag behind you.
I do, and it's the 4th of July of 2022. So if you type in the YouTube search July 4th, 2022, and then you don't even have to put Tiffany's Quilting Life. It actually comes right up, and it shows how to make this. It's a 2-part video. Most of it's done in the first, video, but the rest of it's done the next day on July 4th, because technically it's July 3rd. It was July 3rd of 2022. And if Jim is here, I'm pretty sure he'll put a link to it. Because Jim is really good about putting the past
Jim's the man.
videos.
He's put 2 links in already.
Yeah. My little tiny iron.
Yep. See, he put the link in already. He's on top of it. He's the man.
Jim is the link man.
What time is breakfast?
Breakfast at Tiffany's is always at 7 a.m. Arizona time. I've thought about changing it to 8 because I'm not quite a normal person yet at 7, but
It would be too late for people.
then it would be too late. So, all right. 1 down. 6 more to go, and then all the blocks will be made, and all I need to do is choose some fabric. I know that I'll use this pink for sashing, but then I just need to choose some fabric. Move that out of my way. Move this out of my way. To use for a border or something on it. And even then I don't even have to do that. I can just have it floating with this finishing it off. All right, now blue would be in this position. Pink is in this position. Green is in that position. Yellow is in that position. Purple there. Pink. Brown and orange.
Any hints to unroll, flatten the batting?
Any tips for unrolling or flattening the batting?
Take ours right off
I
the big
just
roll.
take it right off the big roll and put it on the long arm. You can iron cotton batting though. If you pull it out of a package, say you have like a regular, I have a package, but I'm not going to get up and get it. If you have just a regular package of batting and it's like really wrinkled up, you can iron it if it's cotton. Don't iron it if it's polyester though. Not only will you ruin your iron, but you will melt your batting. 80-20 can be kind of ironed, but it still kind of melts it down a little bit. Okay.
UFO?
Huh?
Is this your oldest UFO?
No, let's see. My oldest UFO was 2017, 2016, December of 2015. I have one on the shelf. That looks like it. There's more though. They're just in a box and they're in the fabric room because those are the ones that, I don't really, probably will never finish because I don't have the matching fabric for them. press all these. Probably lay better if I just press them instead of finger pressing. Okay. There. Blue was here. Green was there. And purple was there. Sew all these guys on. Yeah, I used to start a lot of things I would watch on Missouri Star and put on the videos, and I'd be like, oh, I can make that. And then I'd pull out all the stuff and start making it and then go, I don't like this. I did that a lot in the beginning. I'm out of bobbin. Let's do that color. Sorry if I'm making funny faces. My gut is cramping. Yeah, please. All right, let's finish the seam.
Did you make these out of a charm pack?
Yeah, this was, well, it was multiple charm packs. They were the little charm packs that you could buy at Tuesday morning when they existed. But we don't have Tuesday morning anymore. I want to put a border on it. I have to dig through my fabric room and see what I have that would match all this. Something that has all the colors in it. I'm pretty sure I could find something. I have been quilting since 2015. However many years that is. It's almost 8, right? 9. Yeah, I started in 2015.
Where can you get the pattern?
This quilt's pattern is Kindred Spirits from Missouri Star Quilt Company. You just go to Missouri Star or just go on the search bar and type in Kindred Spirits and it should come up. Or Jim can put a link to their video if he finds it. Because he will do that.
Well, don't make poor Jim do
Yeah,
everything.
I'm not making Jim do everything though, so he usually gets it though. There. And this one. Yeah, it's a very, very easy pattern. You don't even need to buy the pattern. You just watch the video and it's there. But if you want to support Missouri Star Quilt Company, it's an older video. All right, now to sew these together.
How many blocks do you have in total?
Hold on, I could tell you that. I have a little chart that I keep in there. I use 2 yards of background, 2.5 charm packs, which is 96 5-inch squares, I had 48 squares of my solid background cut in half. You get 8 per strip, 30 inches of fabric, 2.5-inch strips, 96 rectangles at 2.5 by 7 inches. That's 6 per strip. That's 16 2.5-inch strips. And I will get 24 blocks from this. I did the math on my own to be able to do this with what I had when I started. All right, now I'm going to press and then trim. See if they trim better now that they're going to be pressed. Oh, I'm pressing towards that. You know, all those years this darn little Rowenta sat on the shelf, and now I'm kind of glad I took it off the shelf and use it here and there because it's not very, it's a hot iron, of course, but it's not radiating more heat like the bigger irons do when you're just sitting at the desk, you know. Although I do prefer to get up and iron because that keeps me from sitting stale too long, but when I don't feel good, I definitely don't want to get up and do anything, let alone sit in front of a hot iron. I probably should get out my rotating mat, but this ruler rotates too, and it holds the fabric nicely. Okay. Scott just vacuumed in here and I'm making a mess.
Okay, vacuum again.
All right, this one goes here. And this one goes here because blue is after orange, and green is after pink, and purple is after yellow. All right. Rotary cutter did not put that.
Why don't you just change the blade now? I said this every time. That's why I could have swore you did it last.
Oh, because the mat's just going to ruin it again. My mat needs to be, I think we've already flipped this one. I think it's time for a new one. No. can't tell. Okay. Press that way. Press this way. But I'll change my blade just to change my blade to get it done. That way it actually cuts through stuff. I would change my needle. Might as well change the blade, right? Couldn't hurt to have a fresh needle and a fresh blade. All right. Wow, these seams are not perfect. I meant the matching up part. But guess what? I don't care. Because finished is better than perfect.
Use a lot of them there.
Yeah, but it's not 24.
Can we count them?
It's definitely not 24 because there's an exact amount. All right, let's get a blade. Oh, it's almost time to get more blades too. That's the old thing. Oh, no. No. Okay. Never mind. I don't need any. All right. All the things I'm doing today while I'm live.
19. There's 19 here.
Yep. 20. 1, 2, 3, 24.
Okay. See?
Can you turn this? It's not lefty loosey. It's righty loosey, lefty tighty.
How big is your cutting board?
My cutting board is 36 by 24.
And a flint for that?
Yes.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite way. No, is it not turning? We might have to use pliers.
Don't you have a pair?
Yeah, over there.
Where?
In that thing. Nope, nope, over. Keep going on the desk that bags, the bag machine. On the dragon. It's yellow handled in that little basket. They're needle nose, but it works. Thank you. Don't undo it. I'll do it.
I didn't undo it all the way. I just turned it.
Thank
Calm
you.
down. Calm down.
All right. I swore I just did this on camera like a couple months ago. No, look at how gross that is.
When you took it apart, you need help you put something or whatever back together. You couldn't get the plastic thing back in, right? Remember? You put the plastic thing in upside down or whatever. Remember that?
I don't remember. Shoot. Sorry. Okay. New blade. Very carefully like.
Very.
Very carefully like.
Very.
How many are left here? 2? Is that 1? That looks like 1. Ugh, it's so oily. Every time I do this, I get covered in oil.
Go wash your fingers.
Place blade inside there. Make sure this thing is clean. Slide back in. Oh, come on. Ugh.
Get the thing in wrong? Did last time? Plastic thing?
No.
sure? Last time when you got it in the right way, it went right in.
No, because it's reading the Martelli forward.
There you go. Told you I can help you.
And then it is lefty tighty because it's totally the opposite. Now we're going to stick this old blade in here. All right, blade changed. Now I should be able to cut like a pro. I'll be right back though. I have to wash my fingers because they're oily as oily gets. And you guys can hear me wash my fingers. The bathroom's literally just across the hall from this room, so it makes it easy to just cross the hall to wash my hands. All right, let's lay out another one. All right, blue is now in that position. Pink is in that position. Green here. Yellow. Oh, and pink. And brown and orange. All right. 4 of these. Always angly challenged for this part.
Angly challenge.
I'm telling you, I don't know why, because you're seeing it upside down, right side up, or whatever. It messes my brain up. I don't know.
I like that angly challenge.
3, 4. Normally, I don't have a problem with angles. It's this block, and this is probably why I never finished this quilt. Is because this is the block, and that's why I finished one and not the other. Like I said, the other one went off to a good home. This one never got done. My brain was fried from the first one, I guess. And then this one, I decided to put all the colors in alternating order instead of laying every single block exactly the same. They're in one position different. So each quarter block is one position different than the next. Well, it repeats again after every 8, but because there's only 8 colors. But still, I went and decided I had to do that, to mix up all the color. And this, plus I'm also doing this one block at a time instead of, chain piecing all of the blocks. Which is usually the way I do things. I try to find my way around one block at a time. I don't like doing just one block at a time. It's like that potato chip thing. You can't just have one.
The latest potato chips, yeah.
They have to be. Oops, wrong. Yellow goes next to green. No, yellow goes next to purple. I'm backwards, that's why. And then this one, and then orange. Okay, now to piece these guys.
you finish the quilt you were doing after your surgery? If so, is there a video?
The quilt I was doing after my surgery, you mean my hand-pieced quilt? I just need to hand quilt it, but it's summertime. And I said that last summer too. I'm not quilting it over the summer, and I didn't get a chance to this winter that just passed. Maybe this winter I'll finally do it. It's hanging here in the closet though, and I think I put, no, I didn't choose the backing yet. No, it's just hanging there. I was just gonna put a sheet or something on the back because it's my first ever hand-pieced quilt. It doesn't need to be spectacular or anything. Just needs to be awesome that I hand did everything on it.
How often do you use the same quilt pattern over again?
I don't usually use the same quilt pattern over again. I try something different every time, unless like I need to like make multiple of something for someone, kind of like the, or for a video, like the Christmas tree one. I had to make it before I showed you guys how to do it on video. So sometimes I have to make something twice, but I always choose different colors and stuff. So there's been a few times that I've made it twice.
Do you think you will be doing an attic window tutorial anytime soon?
Attic window tutorial, attic window. I'm trying to think of attic window. What's an attic window? Like with a panel, turning a panel into a window, or I'm trying to think of what pattern that is. It sounds so familiar. Oh, that cut like butter. I better watch my fingers.
Hey, and it's nice to have a new blade, huh?
Yep. I didn't even have to push down. Like, it's just so sharp. Nice new blade.
Yes, turning a panel into a window.
Yeah, I actually brought a bunch of, someone suggested, and I've gotten like 4 or 5 different emails asking if I could do it. I brought some panels in here. I'm just trying to, I want to give more than one idea because I don't want you to have just one choice. So I've been writing down ideas. I didn't realize that that was actually an attic window. Other ones were just saying window pane quilt, making a panel, how to turn a panel into a window pane. So yeah, I brought some patterns in here to do that. I just haven't done it yet because I have a job that I've been working on, and there'll be a video, sooner or later. It's a taking me forever kind of job, but only because I got sick this week. But yeah, I will get to it eventually. The panels are here, ready for me to choose some fabrics to make stuff out of. I'm literally gonna just finger press for now and lay it right there because my brain is not doing this today very well. I have also, come on. Oh, my pedal decided it wanted to move into a position that my foot doesn't sit in. Oh, I'm so glad you love that butterfly quilt because I love that butterfly quilt too. You know how hard it is to let go of something that has butterflies? Butterflies. I mean, even something that was skulls and crossbones kind of thing, or sugar skulls. It's been really hard over the years to get rid of things, but I can't keep everything. And technically, I'm a business. I'm in the business of making and selling, my arts and crafts. No arts, just crafts. Craft, singular, because I don't do anything else. I mean, unless you consider bag making, but technically that's part of quilting because I quilt most of my bags, But yeah, I'm in the business of selling, so it's really hard not to, or keeping it for a family member or something. It's really hard, Especially when you see a family member's reaction when I'm just trying to show off what I've done and they're like, I wish that one was for me, Because I'm like, oh man, I gave them like 5 quilts already. They only use the
Yeah,
one.
but anytime any family member comes over, you bring them back here and show them everything and anything.
Yeah.
Even though the majority of our family members is as bored as quilting as
Yeah.
Joe Blow off the street. But you take them in here and you show them everything, so then they want it.
Yeah.
So then they see how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm pretty sure you guys do it too. When your family members come over to visit, do you show them all the things that you're working on and the things you finished and your ideas and things like that? Because I sure as heck do that with my family. I get so excited. Someone's here in person. Let me show you what I've done. I even do it when my clients come for long arm quilting. I'm like, you want to see what I was working on last week? And she comes around, yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. How'd you do that? You know, it's kind of funny. So it's not just with my family. I do it with my clients too. And when we've had friends over too, they've come in here. But most of those ones are like, how's the quilting going? Because they see me on TV. So of course they got to come in and see what I've been working on.
Soft monkey bag, you remember that?
Oh yeah, the soft monkey bag. I still have the skull fabric that I wanted to turn into a bag.
And Debbie loves the soft monkey pillow. You remember that one?
Yeah. I made a lot of sock monkey stuff, and I barely had any sock monkey fabric, but I got a
know.
lot of sock monkey stuff out of it all. Alrighty. Now this one's gonna be wonky, but guess what? The whole project is wonky. It is not a good, perfect project. That's okay. As long as those points are good, everything else can just be wonky.
Oh, what's your favorite iron?
My favorite iron was Squeak. I miss Squeak. I kind of like, I
You
like
didn't
this
like
Olisa.
Squeak. I like Squeak. That
You
was
like
my
Squeak, but when I
favorite.
first got Squeak, I loved Squeak, remember?
No,
Yes.
I don't
And then it
remember.
started squeaking, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with this iron? I don't want this.
What about the big dog? Big dog
I
was always
do
your
love
favorite
the
color.
reliable, but the reliable is not very reliable because it doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it's clogged, so there's no steam anymore. And I got to take it apart. And I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I never do. But yeah, something that's not pushing steam out because it's supposed to be steam. But I like the Oliso that I have, but I don't like the response time with the lifting mechanism. It doesn't go up and down fast enough for me.
What kind of long arm do you have, and is it computerized?
I do not have a computerized long arm. My long arm is a King Quilter 2 Elite Special Edition. That just means I have a bigger screen than the standard screen that comes with it because, well, I'm going blind. I need to see the screen. And it's a great machine, but no, I don't do computers. I thought about it in the past several times, you know, over the years. It would be easier to have computerized so that I can give people some of the things that people want. But that's why people come to me, though, is because I just make things up and I can free motion quilt it without a computer. I can also take any image off of the internet, coloring books or anything, and turn it into a pantograph now with order the paper for me to continue with it. But I do know how to make my own pantographs now too, without a computer. I don't even need a computer to do it. It's all hand drawn, so it's still hand guided everything. Oh my goodness, why is that not coming off?
Do you like the mini iron?
This is my only mini iron, so I can't say for other mini irons because this is the only one I've ever owned. I do have a really, really tiny iron, like a really, really tiny iron. That's from tiny piecing. No, it's like a soldering iron, but for quilting. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. So I've only had this Rowenta iron though. as a mini iron. And when I was at Becca's house, I did use her little mini iron. I think it's the Oliso Mini, but I didn't like it either. I like it, but I don't like it because it's little and I can only do so much with it. But I prefer a big iron.
She said she means the one the size of your hand.
Huh?
The one the size of your hand. Mini iron.
That's what this is a mini iron. I didn't know there was one the size of the hand.
I'm sure they make all kinds.
I'm sure they make tons of different irons. I don't iron shop, so I don't know. I mean, we do look every now and then at Walmart if there's one on sale or not. And
We thread
uh,
shop.
yeah, we mainly go to stores for thread and fabric, not irons. Irons is a thrift store thing, technically, in my home. You know, if there's a good iron, we'll get it at the thrift store.
Or the 99-cent store.
Or the
That's where my
99-cent
new one
store.
came from.
When it
Or
closed, Scott
before they shut down.
got his iron there. All right, 4 more left to make. Okay, blue is now in this position. Pink. And green. It's a wool pressing mat. Purple. And pink. Brown. That's one. Oops. Yeah, it's a wool pressing mat. And do not, I repeat, do not use a wool pressing mat all on its own on your cutting mat with a big iron. You need to have some kind of something underneath it, which is why when you guys see me use a big iron, I use this June Taylor thing that's all ruined. I put the wool pressing mat on top of this and then iron with it, because you'll do exactly what's happened here. This bowing will happen to your cutting mat. So don't ever put your wool mat on top of your cutting mat directly with your big irons. It's okay with this little iron because this little iron is not giving off any steam. It's not that hot. It's hot enough to warm things, but I can touch it with my fingers and it's perfectly fine. So it's not one of those like overly hot irons like a big iron. But yeah, make sure you have something always underneath. Okay. Those 4. These. 2, 3. I don't even know why. Why did I choose the color pink for all this? I could have chose like yellow, or the other one I did brown, but it was browns and blues, browns and teals, and it looked really nice. This one is just really bright, and I chose to do pink. For that. All right, let's press these back and do the other ones. Come on. There we go. See, I make this little iron work even with a broken handle. yellow. Brown goes next after pink. Blue is before orange. No, blue is after orange. Blue is after orange. Purple is after yellow. Green is after pink. And brown is before orange. Okay. I almost messed that one up. If you can't see your chat, then X out of it and then come back to it. So you can just press the X button and then you go right back to the chat again and it should restart the chat. And if you want to make sure that you're seeing all of it, you can just press that little nut right there, hit it, and it press chat filter and choose all messages. And literally it'll show every message coming through instead of just the top chat, which is whatever YouTube wants to filter out. I don't know what the difference is. Sometimes they're in order, sometimes they're not. That's about it. It's the only difference I've noticed. But it's fairly easy. Just refresh, exit out. Here, I will give a little lesson real quick because I have my phone open. I'm going to show you guys. Okay. Here's a cell phone. I'm going to exit out this. I'm going to close that down. This is what my channel looks like. When you come to my channel, you can choose home, videos, which it'll come to a screen and show all the videos that I do. You can see all the shorts that I don't really do. I just every now and then have a short and it's not loading, but whatever. Sometimes it does. Then you can go to live streams and watch past live streams. Anytime you want to search something, just press the little search thing at the top of the bar right here. Anytime you want to go to your TV, most of these now have this little button right here, so you can actually push it to your TV if you have a smart TV. When you're on the live stream, if you tap the video itself and you hit that little thing, you can change your speed to catch the video up if you think it's behind. You take it right here down to 2 times speed, which is the bottom choice, and it'll speed the video up to catch it up with the live stream. You can also change the quality. You can also change additional settings, all sorts of stuff like that. If you hit the chat thing, it'll go to live chat. Again, this is where you can choose chat filter. Right here, you can go to all messages and it puts all the messages on there. You can leave a heart, you can leave a comment. That's how it works. If you press this little money sign, you can give super stickers and all that. I don't really ever use that. And I don't suggest you even use it either, but if you want to, you can. Yeah, that's how that works. Just a quick rundown from a cell phone, because I get asked sometimes. And most people watch from their cell phone. I mean, I watch from my cell phone when I watch my friends, although I have not been watching any of my friends on YouTube lately. I've been on, not YouTube strike or anything. I haven't been, I've been spending a lot of time with Scott. So I really haven't had time to just sit and watch any YouTube videos. So if you guys haven't seen me out there in the YouTube world, that's because I've been spending a lot of time with Scotty. And in bed this week.
You've been sick.
I've been sick. I don't know why it's not gone yet. Most flu only lasts like 24 hours, but this is all week. But because it's me.
You never have anything for 24 hours, so don't say that.
I'm
As a
sick.
normal person.
Yeah. I'm not a normal person.
Too, because my mom had it.
Yeah, his mom was sick too, and I have not been around her, so it's just something going around town. Because I went out in public and then I got sick. All right. Yellow goes after green. Pink goes after purple. goes after brown. And light pink goes.
Can you get the chat on the TV too?
You can have a chat on a TV. I don't have a TV in here to show you, but if you press, like if you're on a Roku TV, all you have to do is press the up button. You know, you have an up, two sides, and a down button, right? And the circle has the OK button. Just press the up button, and then it'll go to the highlight of the name of the video, and then you press your over to the right button, and you can scroll over and choose the chat and blah, blah, blah. There's playback speed. You can choose your video quality. You can choose all that. The only thing you cannot do from a Roku TV is actual chat. But if you screen share with that button I showed you, if you tap the screen and you do that screen share thing, if you screen share, you could still use the chat from your phone while watching it on a TV. Well, at least I can. I don't know about how all smart TVs work. I am on an Android, so I can chat in the phone while it's screened onto the TV, which is really cool feature, honestly, because I can screen share anything.
Your phone just always gets the wrong TV.
Yeah, my phone just always gets the wrong TV. Every time I do it, like we watch church on the TV, every time I go to screen share, it tries to put it on the living room TV because the living room TV and our bedroom TV have the same exact name. But we can't choose just one or the other, so yeah, it just always tries to go to and it'll turn the TV on even. It turns the living room TV on. We don't even have to be in the room. It'll turn the TV on and share to that TV. It's the funniest thing. So if you have multiple TVs with the same name, you just watch out for that. Because we have multiple TVs because they were, Walmart specials for Black Friday TVs, Literally have 3 blocks left to make after this. I feel like I'm coming close to a long end. I started this project January of 2016. Ay, ay, ay. Press these. Press them towards that thing. And more. I'm so glad you guys can probably not hear my tummy doing its crazy, weird, strange gurgling sounds. In person, it's totally different. I'm glad the microphone don't pick it up. Scott sometimes laughs. He's like, "Oh my God, your stomach sounds like it's having a war." I have like a very loud gut, especially when I'm sick like this. Line you up. I don't even need to cut off that side. Kidding me? Come on. As long as my center is straight, that's kind of all that matters. Everything else I will fix when it gets put together, the whole quilt. I'm going to be putting sashing between every single block anyway, so it'll kind of take away the fact that a lot of it's messed up. You know, I probably started piecing this when I got the Juki, because I got my initial Juki in 2016, remember?
Yeah.
Back when I was sewing in the garage. I was so excited to have the new Juki. And let me tell you, it beat every single machine that I had. I told Scott, I don't need any of these no more. I only kept one for zigzag stitching.
Do you recommend the rotary cutter more than the straight one?
Oh yeah, this is way better. So I had carpal tunnel, and it really got really bad to where I had to have surgery to fix mine. And before I had the surgery, I changed out to this rotary cutter. And if I wouldn't have already had a surgery scheduled and ready to go, I probably could have gone away with another 6 months without having the surgery, with just switching my rotary cutter. And now I could still use the other ones. I use it, well, actually, I keep the other Martelli in the other room too, but I do have some straight ones that I use in the other room when I cut fabric in there. And I can tell the difference. Even after having carpal tunnel surgery, my wrist gets very tired and sore before my ruler hand does, just by the other kind of rotary cutter. So the Martelli cutter, big savior on my sanity, because my hands are important. I need them to make quilts. You know, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there.
And the once a year you let Scott cut, he gets to use the straight cutter.
Yeah, and Scott uses the straight cutter because he can't figure this out. I've watched him put his hands on it. Last time he did this like this, and it was like, it's not working. I said, you got to put your big finger up here. And he still couldn't figure it out. He was like, what am I doing wrong? So just give me the other cutter.
You only let me do it once a year. Once a year I do it, I'm using the cutter I want to use.
Yeah, so he uses the regular cutter. But he doesn't cut like I do, and I cut a lot. I am always cutting fabric. Let's just say that. Cutting out this, cutting up scraps, you name it. I'm cutting something up.
Where do you get the Martelli cutter?
And you can find it with the link that Scott put in. Or you can get it anywhere. You can order it on Walmart.com now. You can order it on Amazon, eBay. Martelli cutters are sold everywhere now. Literally. The links that we put in the chat, though, if you purchase from those links, it obviously helps my channel out by, pennies. But still, pennies on the dollar is better than nothing, since I don't do any other kind of, what is the word for it? I don't do any other kind of monetization-y stuff, I don't ask for anything. So supporting me is the best way, is to buy things using my links, my affiliate stuff. And in the Facebook group, all of them are there. And then on my channel, if you go to the more button on the main thing, which I can show you guys that too, because some of you probably don't even know where that is. There's a little about me page. I forgot to share that. So we'll come over here for a second so you can see. I'm going to put the chat down. If you click on this more button right here, see it says more under the video. If you click on that, you're going to open the description. If you click on the more, it'll have all sorts of affiliate links, my address, all sorts of things under there, right? But if you're on, say, my channel, which is where you get to by clicking on that thingamabobber, if you go right here, see this little arrow on the side right under this description? If you click that, all of my links to everything that I'm affiliated with are all linked right there. So you can literally click on Sulky or whatever you want for thread, and it'll take you to their website from the phone. And then you can shop on Sulky, which looks like they have some coupons for sale. So you guys don't forget to head on to those, because there's sales always on these websites. So just so that you know. But yeah, and then it'll take you back here, and then you just open the video back up and press play. Just like that. And if you can want, again, you fast forward it to catch it back up again, since you left the screen for a moment. But yeah, that's how you find that. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. I totally forgot all about it. Fat Quarter Shop. Yeah. Only because Fat Quarter Shop has a lot of sales all the time. Connecting Threads and Fat Quarter Shop are my favorite for sales. QBPN though, when it comes to patterns and books and certain things, I like going on there. I actually got a pattern from them that I want to do as a tutorial, but I don't know how to do it as a tutorial because it's paper piecing and I need to go make a copy because I don't have what was the word for it? I don't have a printer, so I need to make a copy of it because if I mess up the first one, I don't want to mess up the actual pattern itself, the paper piecing part of it. All right, another block down, and I got 3 left to make. Look at that, yay! Getting closer to finally being done with this darn thing. All right. And blue is now in this position. Pink is in that position. Green, that, yellow, purple, pink, brown, and orange. All right. These 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 for that pile. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 4 for those. There we go. There. Come on, right there. And that way. And then these. All right, here we go. Let's piece all this together again. Awkward silence. Any questions or anything? If you guys have any questions, ask. I feel like all of a sudden it got silent. I'm wondering if I can get the last 3 done in the amount of time. I'm going to go ahead now and just chain piece all of these through and then lay them back out and see how that goes. Keep that color order going, you know? See if that works. All right.
What fabric did you use for this block?
The fabric is from Charm Packs from Tuesday Morning when it existed as a store, and the pink is from, I think it's Dream Cotton, something pink, cotton candy or something. I don't remember exactly. We buy the only yardage that I technically buy is from Marshall Dry Goods. We buy the Dream Cotton in by bolt. We buy the whole bolt, 25 yards of it at a time.
ever use cotton, or do you ever use flannel material as a bag for a cotton top?
Yeah, I've used flannel as back all the time. Yep, that and Minky. I don't use Minky as much because it's so messy, but a lot of my long arm clients have send me Minky backs for their quilts. Which I don't mind. I'll load up Minky back.
Is it true to never use a magnetic seam guide on a computerized machine?
No, it is not true. You can use a magnetic seam guide on any computerized machine unless the machine otherwise says so. Like in the ones that are embroidery, I probably wouldn't because of the elements that are in the bottom of it. But if it's just a regular sewing and quilting machine, this metal plate right here is what your magnetic seam guide, this magnet right here, is sticking to this metal plate. If you were to take that metal plate off, there is no computerized stuff underneath that plate. That is the mechanical part of things for your bobbin and where things wind, depending on if it's a, drop-in bobbin or a side loading bobbin. There is nothing computerized there. So this magnet, as long as you're not, if you have a screen on the side, as long as you're not taking this magnet, and I think they've changed it over the years as opposed to the big square TVs that we used to have, and that you can take a magnet and ruin those TVs. Remember that back in the 80s, you could take a magnet and go zoop across the TV, and then you get in a lot of trouble for doing it because you ruin the TV. If you took a magnet to your little tablet screen that's built into your computerized machine, you might ruin it. But this area right here, there's no computerized stuff there unless it's an embroidery machine. Then there might be a couple things down there, and most of that is the thread cutting mechanism. So you shouldn't ruin your machine with a magnetic seam guide. They wouldn't make them for machines if they were going to ruin your machines. And plus, I've taken a ton of machines apart, so that's the reason why I know. I've taken the computerized and non-computerized apart.
Video of the flag behind you?
The July 3rd of 2022. So if you type in July 3rd, 2022 into the search bar, my video should come right up for the flag. But this Thursday for Breakfast at Tiffany's, you guys, it might take more than one video. You're going to learn how to make a mini quilt, which is my newest idea that I came up with today. Because Scott said, "Do you have something for Thursday?" And I was like thinking to myself, oh man, the first of the month is here already. My goodness. And it lands on the 4th of July. So why not make it 4th of July themed? All right. Purple.
What's your other juki that you do curses on?
My industrial is a DU 1181N walking foot machine. So it's only for bag making. It's not for thin fabric like this. Scotty put a link in though. Blue, pink, and green, and yellow, purple, pink, brown, orange. You'd think I would know this order by now after all this time.
What's okay? They're right here. Just look at that one.
I know. I look at the previous one. Yeah. Well, no, because I'm putting this one the next spot down. Next spot down. You'd think I'd know it by now, though, after all this time. Oop, and I moved my seam guide. Yeah, I prefer the magnetic seam guide. I do have a long one, but the long one sticks out too far on this machine. So it's over on the industrial machine, which is perfect because I'm not used to that one's markings on the new needle plate that I got that was sent to me. So until I get used to it, I use the seam guide, the magnetic seam guide over there too. And then I also have a bunch of the little ones for all of my machines. Every single one of my machines, computerized or not, has one. except for the embroidery machine at long arm, obviously, and you don't need one on a serger either. But all my other machines, they all have one.
If they want to follow you on Thursday, what fabric do they need?
If you want
How
to,
much fabric do they need?
I'll show you. Ugh. The idea behind Thursday's project is a box of scraps. All of my red, white, and blue scraps all in one box. Because it's going to be scrappy. So yeah, it's all in here. This whole box has been sitting, hiding, covered in dust in the shelf. And I was like, where's my red, white, and blue? But it wasn't in the fabric room. It turns out it's in this closet under the quilts. So just a ton of scraps is all you're going to need for Thursday's project. Just a ton of scraps. The project should be about 23 inches by 23 inches when it's finished. It's just a wall hanging. That's all we're making is a wall hanging, which is, again, a surprise, but it's flag related. So
Where do you get the longer seam guide?
the longer seam guide, where did I get that one? No, the one we have the link for is this kind. The long one we ordered on Amazon, I think. No. I got it on Temu. That was the first thing I ever ordered on Temu, remember? I ordered those couple things on Temu to see if it was really a whatever, and I got that stupid spin a daily deal thing. I paid $6 for like 5 items on Temu, and I didn't have to pay shipping. I've never ordered on Temu because it just seems like cheesy Wish stuff, like I used to get on Wish. So I never ordered on it. But then I saw the seam guide, and I was like, oh, hey, I'll get that. That's where I got it. I remember now.
Do you know how to get a thread from behind the take-up lever on a brother machine?
The thread from behind the take-up lever? Well, tweezers. Little tiny skinny tweezers if it's just a single thread.
Do you ever do landscape quilts?
Landscape quilts, no. Nope, haven't done a landscape quilt. Unless you consider the fabric landscape.
When they saw a video a long time ago and they think it was you. Did you used to have long red hair? You had long red hair.
I've had dyed red hair a few times.
Yeah, videos.
Yeah.
So, yep, that was probably you.
Probably me. It's been a long time since I used to dye my hair. I haven't dyed my hair in almost 8, 9 years. No, actually, I can't say that because Alexa dyed it red after I cut it short. Remember when I chopped it all off when I was sick with valley fever? I dyed it red, but it didn't hold.
That was still 4 years ago.
That was still 4 years ago, yeah. My hair's been growing since. I have not dyed it. It's all natural now. I want to dye it. I miss my red and black hair, but I just don't want to have to keep up with it. That's the problem. It's expensive to keep up with dyed hair. It's bad enough I keep up with my nails, you know. It'd be too much if I did my hair too. Plus my hair's long and I want it to stay nice for when I finally donate it. I want it to be non-dyed hair. Come on. Stay where I put you. Thank you. It's like cutting with butter. Smart. Thank you, Scotty, for reminding me to change my blade. Well, I say it at least once a week. I'm like, I should change this darn blade.
And I tell you once a week, just do it now. It only takes a minute.
More blocks after this. I'm getting close to finally having all these blocks pieced. It's a miracle. Okay, move that out of the way. Before you find out the order it was in. Ta-da. Oh, somebody came in to say hi. So give them a second to get picked up off the floor and come around and say hi. Oh, he doesn't want to be picked up? Sometimes this cat, he only comes in here if we're in here together. He never comes in here on his own. He does not like to stay in here.
Whoa.
Yeah, the floor, it cracked all the way this time. It's really
You should have
bad.
told me if we're getting down. I just made it worse.
Yeah, I need a new one. Say hi, everybody.
Yeah, we're breaking Mama's floor.
It's the mat, what is it called? The plastic thing that the chair rolls around on, it's shattered and I've been taping it and taping it and taping it, but it's spreading. And Scotty just broke some more of it.
Well, not on purpose.
Not on purpose, though. He forgot that I told him it is broken. Yeah, it pinched my foot a couple days ago. I was standing here cutting out stuff for an upcoming video, and I'm standing here cutting, and I moved my foot, and I just positioned it right over the crack, and it pinched my foot into the crack, and I was like, you know. I lifted my foot, and I realized that the crack was getting bigger, so I keep putting tape on it, but it doesn't really fix the problem. It just kind of masks it. Get it? Tape.
Yeah.
Masking the breath.
Masking tape, yeah. What kind of footy cat is Thumper?
Thumper is, we think, pretty sure he is mitted ragdoll, but he's also snowshoe because he's got a little bit of both in him.
One or the other, or a mix?
One or the other, or a mix of something. He's literally right here. Want to say hi again? You sniffing around at all the thread I've been throwing on the floor? Say hi, everybody. You don't look very thrilled. Kind of like me today, huh? Not very thrilled today, are you? Yeah. The other day, I had from this foam, I had the paper. I tore all the paper off of it and I threw it on the floor in just a big, huge pile. And he's on the floor playing in all the paper. It was the funniest thing. He came in here thinking, because me and Scott were in here, he thought, it'd be fun to just hang out with us and lay on the floor, but he found the pile of paper. So that's what he played with. He could care less about all the fabric I've been throwing on the floor in here. He wanted the paper. He is a strange cat. Okay, 2 more left to make. I'm gonna hold it up, but it's the same block over and over again. All right, there, 2 left to go. And I will finally be done piecing the blocks for this darn project that is taking forever. All right, that one goes there. And it's pink. And it's green. Yellow. Purple.
What are your thoughts on Kona cotton?
I like Kona cotton, yeah. I've used it. I get it. I got to remember the name of it. Maywood Studios solids. I actually like Maywood Studio solids. I have a couple bolts of it, and yeah, I really like it. It's not as shreddy as like stuff that you would get at Joann's and things like that. No, that doesn't touch that color. Pink. Pink is after the purple, then the brown, then the orange, then the blue. Pink. Okay. Whew. I'm really giving myself a brainerism today.
any material.
I like any fabric.
Whether it's Kona cotton or
I don't care.
Walmart or
The only ones
Marshall
I don't
dry
like
goods.
are country classics from Joann's. I do not, absolutely do not like country classics from Joann's. Something about that fabric drives me nuts. The feel of it, the shred of it, the weave of it, all of it. It drives me nuts. That's the only fabric brand that I do not like. But everything else, I like. If it's fabric, I like it. I don't use like 60-40 polyester blends or anything like that. I do have it though, and I do use it for mainly for playing around on the long arm and testing blocks. But I haven't been testing blocks with those because I cut a lot of pre-cuts. So I test blocks with my pre-cuts now most of the time. But now I just use the 60-40 for the long arm for practicing designs. Which when I finally start my master class, you guys will learn while I'm using that same fabric because I have bolts of it. I got it a long time ago from an estate sale. And I have never found an actual use until I got a long arm and then started using it on the long arm. I thought it could be like lining for clothes, but I didn't really get into clothing making as much as I thought I would. So instead, I found other uses, as in practice for the long arm, tension testing and all that. There's a bunch of samples just sitting under the long arm of me messing around with the tension to get it accurate.
What size blocks are these?
I think they're 14 inches or something like that. Hold on. No, 12 and a half. They're 12 and a half inch blocks. Yeah. Let's see. Right now, they're 12 and a half. Yep. 12 and a half. I don't know why I said 14. I knew that they were 6'2". There's 4 6.5 inch subsections here. So that would make 12 and a half. Okay. I think another thing about this little iron, these little irons, they don't shut off. So if you left it on, I think it just stays on. I don't think these have little shut-offs on them. So that would not be safe. Back to the iron conversation. I just thought about that. This has been on this whole entire time. It hasn't shut itself off. So even that one shuts itself off, that Oliso that I have. So I have a feeling that none of these little ones shut off. If you have one, you'll have to say it in the chat if it shuts off on its own or not.
Probably depends on the brand.
Yeah, it probably depends on the brand too. Yeah, that's true. Oops. Why am I pressing it that way? I hope I didn't press any of them. I did.
Is there a local shop with isocord thread?
Our local shop, I think, has isocord. I'm not.
I'm gonna put it on.
She's also just ordered a whole new brand. They remodeled our store. So when they're fully done with the remodel, I may ask if I can do a tour of the store. For those that want to come to town, you get a sneak peek of what it's like there. Because I know a lot of you pass through this area, stop off at quilt shops and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. Sulky is only Sulky. I think, no, Connecting Threads is Connecting Threads brands and some other stuff. A couple other things like Magnifico and for the life of me, I cannot remember. I have Isocord though. I use Isocord on the long arm. That's my other go-to thread other than Glide because it's a triable thread as well. But it's also for my embroidery machine. And yes, I am saving all these little cutoffs because I'm going to add these little cutoffs to all the stuff under my desk from my binding cutoffs for my hourglass blocks that I work on every now and then, which is probably what I could have done today too if I wasn't working on this darn UFO. But yeah, I saved these. No, I'm gonna finish. I literally have these two going together. Yeah, just one more. That's why I'm gonna keep going. And these two go together. And these two go together. All right. Blue and pink and yellow. Oops. Green and yellow. Okay. I tried to keep them together this time. Come on. It's called a UFO because it's an unfinished object. Huh? Oh, that quarter shop has AccuQuilt. There you guys go, right there. Anywhere that sells embroidery stuff and embroidery supplies would have AccuQuilt thread as well, probably, because it's listed as an embroidery thread. But you can buy the big, huge spools too for long arm quilting. Right. Press these, trim these, and then do that last and final block. Right. Line it up.
Why would you use that besides embroidery?
You would use it on the long arm because it's a polyester thread and it runs through it and it's less lint. It's a less linty thread. So it doesn't make that much of a mess. I try to run the threads that don't make a mess on my long arm. Although mine really prefers glide more than any other thread. It really runs the best with that. It's not to say that I haven't had problems, but it's usually the problem that happens when I have any thread problems is it unspools too fast accidentally because I'm going too fast, faster than the machine can stitch. And, or it's actually, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but every now and then you can order 6 spools of the same thread, but one of those spools is going to be wrapped the opposite direction. So instead of it coming off to the left, it's going to come off to the right. Or instead of it coming off to the right, it's going to come off to the left. Every now and then there's always that one spool. And I have 2 spools of thread that I use for the bobbin only because they unwind the wrong direction and my long arm does not actually like that. So they have been designated as bobbin thread because they are wound the wrong way. I think it's more than 1 out of 6 spools, but it's definitely like 1 out of every 20, you know.
Are you going to put sashing between the blocks?
Yeah, they'll be sashing between them because they're not quite square. I mean, they're square, don't get me wrong. I just meant like right here, I lost a lot of my points on this block. I don't think it's meant to have as many points. And if you watch the Jenny Doan video for Missouri Star, it's probably going to be like mine, missing points. I don't think it was meant to purposely have points unless you have a bigger piece, I think. So my piece wasn't bigger. That goes there. Did I already what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Green, purple, pink. All right. Let's get this one together, and then there's one more block to piece, and then I will be done with all the blocks, and I can finally cut some fabric for sashing, but I do gotta dig through my room for something that matches all this color for a border. All right. Yeah, I don't think that this is a foolproof block. I also don't think it's a beginner block. This is more of like a advanced beginner, somebody who's ready to take on that next step because of the whole matching all those points right there. So this is definitely not one that, you know, unless you're a confident beginner and you just have at it like I started doing, and that's probably why I never finished half these projects because I was overconfident. Okay, one more left to do, and I'll have all my 24 blocks done. Woohoo! Look at that. It's a miracle. All right, last one. Blue is that position. Pink is after blue. Green is after pink. Yellow is after green. That way. Light purple is after yellow. Dark pink. Brown. Orange. 2, 3, 4. Why do I do this? Because I'm upside down, right side up. Just figure it out, Tiffy. Right there. Every single time. Kind of making myself around in a circle trying to keep it all together, but no matter how I've tried it so far, I think I still just mess it up. The order as I go. Back to awkward silence.
Well, you're soon done.
I'm almost done, yeah.
Ask them if they have any questions.
Does anybody have any questions while I do this last block? Now watch, it's gonna sit for another year though, before I put it, lay it all out and put the blocks together. Knowing me. You guys will just have to remember in the chat and be like, Tiffany, did you finish that pink pinwheel thing? You know? Scott won't remember. He'll be like, what are they talking about in the chat? those two go together. Those two go together. This one go together. And this one. Okay, now to trim this away and sew the two together. Away, sew the two together. That'll work. Maybe that can keep me in order. Let's sew them together and see if this keeps me in order. Here, trim it, sew it.
Do you like doing other designs, patterns, or making up your own?
I like to make up my own usually. The only reason why I follow patterns is for you guys. I mean, I bought some and I've done some, you know, like a client wants a pattern of some sort, you know, or things that I can't do on my own because I'm not good with math. So I need the pattern to actually do it. Or a book. I do run out of books sometimes. But I would say 88% of the time, I do my own thing. If I was better at like math and all the like scheduling and drawing on a computer and all that kind of stuff and writing things up, I would probably write my own patterns and sell them. But instead, I just give it all to you for free, verbally, visually, because sometimes I've written them and it seems like, I don't know, it's just too much added effort. And I don't like to, you know, it just takes too much time. I would spend a whole month writing a pattern as opposed to every week I can have something different. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
What inspires you to create a pattern?
What inspires me? I don't know. I just like to chop things up and sew them. I don't know. I just like to create. I'm inspired by my life and my pain and my issues and my grief and all of it. It's just kind of all in one, and it has created a monster in me that makes me inspired to come in here to make myself feel better, honestly.
Did you come up with a plan for all that beautiful purple and butterfly fabric you got in the mail?
Purple and butterfly fabric that I got in the mail. Do I have a plan for it?
I said, no, you're not a planner.
No, I'm not a planner, and was that like, yeah. It's probably not even been organized because I don't remember it. As soon as I organize it, then I'll remember it. It's probably sitting in the box right now, still in the other room, because I've been sick. And I've been busy with work too, so. All right, 2 more pieces to cut, sew them together, and I'll have all the 24 blocks done. Yay, it's a miracle. Hi, you staring at me? It's just staring at me, sitting here like, what are you doing?
Does the fabric inspire you or something else?
It's not necessarily the fabric. I'm inspired just because of life. Like I said, it's just things in life, you know? I could be outside in the yard and a car with a square emblem that looks like whatever passes by, or I can be at the library and a tile thing on the floor inspires me to come home and do something, you know, like life. I'm just inspired by life itself. I can see things, you know.
Have you finished your dream quilt?
My dream quilt needs to be quilted. Right now, it's still a dream. Cook myself up. Pink, yellow, pink, red. Okay. That looks correct to me. Close that blade, move it out of the way. Hey, did we ever get an answer on if those little irons shut themselves off or not?
Some people do, some don't.
Oh. Okay. All right. Last seam. Okay.
Are you happy that Eric moved to Vegas?
Yeah. Yep. Eric moving to Vegas is a good thing. All right. 24 blocks are now made. This whole pile can get dumped down there. This tag that says I started it in 2016 can come off here finally. And look, I have an empty tub. It's a miracle. Miracles do happen. Oh my goodness. Come off, you stupid sticker. All right. After all this time, I now have an empty tub. And now I show you. All right. Here, I have these really cool bags on a hanger. This is going to remind me right here that these blocks need to be turned into a quilt. Ready for this? Fits perfectly in this lovely bag. Put it on the hanger and hang it in the closet so that I know it needs to be done.
You got 3 minutes to spare.
And I got 3 minutes to spare, according to Scotty. All right. Iron is now off. And look at that. I actually have an extra tub. It's a miracle. That can get him back up. That go there. All right. Anything before I go?
Oh, Eric has a machine you need to try. So it does 5,000 stitches a minute.
What machine goes 5,000 stitches a minute? Your industrial machine? Eric?
Where did you get this bag? Plastic bag?
Oh, where did those plastic bags come from? One of my fans sent them. I have 3, 4 of them. They're just big, giant, like 14-inch bags or whatever. She was using them for quilts and she told me to keep them because she had a bunch more. I don't remember who it was. All right. Well, if there ain't nothing else, guys, I'm going to go rest some more because I kind of upset my stomach a little bit more by being here. Not because of you guys, but because I've been moving around and like exerting myself without even trying. I really was just rolling around. So, all right, guys. Nothing else. I'm going to go. Thank you all for hanging out. This was a wonderful Sunday. I finally completed all the blocks for something. So now, again, in the future, if you remember, be like, Tiffany, that pinwheel thing, did you ever finish it? That way I can be like, oh, yeah, it's finally a quilt top that needs to be quilted. One of these days I'll have to be able to say that. So I just got to find some fabric for it and figure it out. So, yay. Anyway, I'm going to go.
If there's any more.
Oh. All right, guys. See ya on Thursday for breakfast at Tiffany's at 7 a.m. Arizona time. Bye, everybody.